Hi, this is Mary Hernandez with Genesis Kingdom. Part one. Hopefully it's just part one. But I did a study on fence and what it means in the Bible. And I'm going to play this video, a little part of about the movie Fence. Denzel Washington is the main character in it. And I'm going to play the video of it so you could understand what fence means, and that will kind of what he says in the trailer of this. So I don't owe the rights to this, but I have to say that when a song or whatever is played on there. So, all right. So let's hear it. It's called Fence, and this is the trailer.
This woman, I saw Rose and I latched on to her. I told her, baby, I don't want to marry. I just want to be your man. Rose told me.
I told him if he wasn't a mankind, and move out the way so the mankind could find me.
That's what she told me. You're in my way, you're blocking the view, move out the way so I can find me a husband. Wait, Corey, I want him to help me with this fence.
He got recruited by a college football team.
It ain't gonna get him nowhere.
If he be like you in the sports, he gonna be all right. Ain't but two men ever played baseball good as you.
And what it ever give me? I ain't got a pot to piss in or a window to throw it out of.
Hey, Pop, can I ask you a question? How come you ain't never liked me?
What law is there say I got to like you? A man is supposed to take care of his family. You live in my house, fill your belly with my food, put your behind on my bed because you're my son. Now don't you go through life worrying about whether somebody like you or not. You best be making sure they're doing right by you.
Corey just trying to fill out your shoes.
I don't want him to be like me. I want him to get as far away from my life as he possibly can get. You the only decent thing ever happened to me, Rose.
You can't be nobody but who you are, Troy. That's all you got to measure yourself against the world out there.
Rose, I got something to tell you. I don't know how to tell you this.
Why, Troy? Why?
You ought to know it's time.
I don't want to know, damn it!
What you ever give me?
Your feet, them bones that pumping hard.
You never done nothing but hold me back, afraid I was gonna be better than you.
Everything that boy do, he do for you.
It's not easy for me to admit that I've been standing in the same place for 18 years.
Well, I've been standing with you. I got a life too. Don't you think I had dreams and hopes? What about my life? What about me?
What you gonna do? Some people build fences to keep people out, and other people build fences to keep people in.
So fence, is that in the Bible? And what did he say? Some people build fences to keep people in, and some people build fences to keep people out. So let's talk about this. Is that in the Bible? Yes, it is. Fence, Bible meaning, Bible definition and reference. Fence were constructions of an unmortared stone to protect gardens, vineyards, sheepfolds, etc. from various causes that they were apart to bulge out and fall. So it says, so people also ask, what does fence mean biblical? Fence, F-E-N-S, batsar, commonly used in the King James Version. Description, forfeited places, and translation of batsar, to cut off, to separate, to fortify, to forms. So it brings us into Deuteronomy 3:5. All the cities were fortified with high walls and with gates and bars, and they were also great many walled villages completely destroyed. Then they were done in Shihon. So I'm going to read it all. because it's talking about the fence. So let's just read it. Next, we turned and went up along the road towards Bashan, Og, king of Bashan. His whole army marched out to meet us in a battle of Edrei. The Lord said to me, do not be afraid of him, for I will deliver him into your hands, along with the whole army in the land, to him. And you did as Sihon, the king of Amorites, who reigned in Heshbon. So the Lord our God also gave us into our hands Og, king Bashan, and his army. We struck them down, leaving no survivors. At the time, we took all the cities, and there was not one of 60 cities that we did not take from them. The whole region of Argob, Og, kingdom of Bashan, all these cities were fortified and high walls and with gates and bars, but there were also great many unwalled villages. We completely destroyed them, and that we had done with Sihon, king Heshbon, destroying every city, men, women, and children. But all the livestock plunder from their cities we carried off for ourselves. They go in there, take it, and then they will steal from them, plunder, money, jewelry, whatever it is that they had, and they would take out. And then they kept some that they did. So at that time, we took this to King's Amorites territory, east of Jordan, from Ammon, George, as far as Mount Hermon. Hermon is called Ziron and Sidon's. The Amorites are called Sinar. We took the towns of Plateau, in Gilead, Bashan, and Salika. Edrei, the towns of Og, kingdom of Bashan. Og, kingdom of Bashan, was the last of Rephaites. His bed was decorated with iron, and was more than cubits long, and 4 cubits wide. And it was also in Rahab and the Amorites. So the division of the land. Get it? A wall, a fence. In it. Bible verse 12. And the land we took over at the time I gave to the Reubenites, the Gadites, the territory of the north of Aaron, and Arnar, George, including half of the hill country of Gilead, together with the towns, the rest of Gilead, and all of Bashan, the kingdom of Og. I gave half of the tribe of Manasseh and the whole region of Argob. Bashan used known to the land of Rephaites. Jair is a descendant of Manasseh. Took the whole land of region Argob, far from the border of Jezreelites and the Mechites. Named after him also was the day of Bashan, that called Havoth Jereth. I gave him Gilead to Mechir, and the Reubenites and the Gadites, and territory extending from Gilead, and Aaron and George. The middle of George was being in the border, but out of Jabbok River and the border of the Ammonites. The western border of the Jordan was Arabah and Kinnereth, and the sea of Arabah, that is the Dead Sea, below the slopes of Pisgah. I commanded you at the time. The Lord your God has given you the land to take possession of it. And see, somebody's detouring in there. Go in there. What do you see? In some cases, they say, what do you see? I see the land flowing with milk and honey. Well, go take it. And they were doing the most evil. And we didn't have our guard up. We weren't in there reading the Bible, swinging the sword. We didn't have got the understanding of the Bible. We knew right from wrong now. We weren't sinning anymore, but we didn't have that. So they were able to swing that sword against us and take the city. They would come and bring you a pagan god throughout the whole Bible. You read it. The God of this, the God of that. I've never bowed down to any of them. No man, no woman out here. I was all like, who are they calling God? I was over here. This is crazy. Listen to what it says, because they weren't anointed. They weren't appointed. You'll see the real. You get the ones that call themselves a holy city that are not the holy city, and they're with Jacob. That's in Isaiah 48. And then you get the holiest of the holiest city that keep attacking. That's in Numbers 16. Okay. Do not be afraid of them. The Lord your God himself will fight for you. At the time I pleaded the Lord, the sovereign Lord, you have come to show your servant greatness of your strong hand. But what God is there in heaven and the earth that you could do the deeds of the mighty works you do? Let me go over and see the good land beyond the Jordan, and the fire hill in the country of Lebanon. But now of you, the Lord, angry are with me, and they will not listen to me. That is enough, the Lord said. Do not speak to me any more about the matter. Go up to the top of Pisgah and look at the west, of the north, and the southeast. Look in the land of your own eyes, since you had nothing to cross the Jordan. but Commission and Joshua. And they encourage the strength of him, for he will lead the people across and will cause them to inherit the land, and you will see. So we stayed in the valley near Porah. That's Deuteronomy 33, sorry. So then it says, fence, meaning Bible definition. What is the meaning of fence in Hebrew? The word, it has it in Hebrew, so I don't know Hebrew, so I can't even try to pronounce that one. I could try the other ones, but no way. But it says